Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith, and today we're going to be talking about how you can 3x your Amex Blue Cash everyday credit limit very easily in this simple guide. Now, this is a normal strategy that I just think that people aren't aware of, and that I just recently became aware of when I became a customer of American Express and got some of their products. Now I'm going to take you through a step-by-step guide of how to do this, exactly how this strategy works, and then just drop in the comments if you've used this before or if you are able to get a limit increase by doing this method. So without further ado, let's get started. If you want to increase your limit because you're planning a large purchase, then that makes a lot of sense. That's actually a valid reason for you to request an increase. It's legitimate. You just want to keep that in mind. You also want to make sure that you're increasing your limit to something that you can responsibly handle, because you don't want to increase your limit and end up making purchases that you know you would not be able to pay back. Okay, so just a little tidbit there. And two, you want to know your current limit. Again, it sounds silly, right? But you should know your credit limit before you request a credit limit increase. And this is an example of how you can actually find it on your American Express account. Once you log into your account, choose the card you want by clicking the credit card icon in the upper right hand corner. And then I'll show you how to check that again. The reason why I bring this up is because some of you may actually be looking at this and you may have a different credit card, but it may be an American Express card. If it's a charge card, you will not have the option to actually do this. Charge cards do not have a preset spending limit. So what'll happen is rather your spending limit is determined based on your spending pattern. So payment history, credit records, financial resources, all of that stuff will determine how much you can actually spend on a charge card. So just in case you don't know, because when I was new to American Express, I did not know the difference between a charge card and one of their credit cards. And, just for clarification. So if you are a person who has a charge card, just keep in mind that you will not be able to use this to increase your card. Instead, if you want to increase your spending power, I can cover that in a different video, but it's usually just based off of high spend and paying that very actively. So let's move on. Right here, it's showing the available credit. You will be able to see what your credit limit is in the home screen section of your credit card account. The number will represent your available credit, not necessarily the entire credit limit for your card. So if you have any recent transactions, those amounts will be deducted from your credit limit. And to get the available credit limit in most cases, the number will be that number will be close enough to your actual credit limit, and you're actually going to see that on this same page. And again, if you notice that you don't have one, then chances are you're looking at a charge card. So just be aware of the difference. Now, to request a credit limit increase, you can submit a credit limit increase directly on the American Express website. You want to first log into your account, choose the card that you would like to request the increase on, and be sure you are looking at the credit card again, not the charge card. So this is an example of you going online, clicking on the card. You can also do this from the app. It's just on the website. I feel like it gave you a more detailed description of how this will look, but you can do it on there. There's also a chat option that you have. You have that on the app. You have that on the website. You can type it in there and do it that way as well. So you're going to click on account services in the main toolbar at the top of your screen. This is where you're going to go to request your limit. And then you're going to, from that, you're going to go to the Find It Fast tab. So you'll click on the account services, you'll see the Find It Fast. And just like in this visual, you'll see request a credit limit increase. All right. Now, when you go to that credit limit increase, you're going to type in the amount that you want to request. Fill in that credit limit there. It's going to also ask you for your annual income on the next screen. You hit continue and you complete this request. Now, here is the 3x limit method. When you first got your Blue Cash Everyday card from American Express, it's recommended that you wait 60 days before requesting a credit limit increase. Now, I've tested this out myself. I've waited until the 61st day to request a limit increase. And then what I did was request 3 times the amount that I had. If your limit is 2,000, for example, you'll want to request a limit increase of 6,000 to 3x your limit. Now, this process can actually be repeated every 91 days. Now, if you're using your card responsibly, you're paying it down, and you have frequent transactions, more than likely after 61 days of account opening, you will be able to get 3 times your credit limit with American Express and for this particular Blue Cash Everyday card. Now, this process, once you've done it in the first 61 days, you have to repeat it every 91 days. You can't do it every 61 days after that. It's going to be 91. And I'm going to give you some recommendations on what to do depending on your situation. So if you're approved, great. We got what we needed. If you get a counter offer, I would take the counter offer. There's nothing wrong with that. Counter offers are good. If you want to then get a better one next time, I would then use the card a little bit more, increase the usage, and then make sure that you're paying it back in full. Now, if you're denied, the first thing I would do is call American Express back. Make your case. And this is the reason why in the beginning, I first said you want to know why you want a limit increase. If you're denied, whatever that reason is, and you made sure that it's a reason that can hold some merit, you can then call them to say, hey, the reason why I need this is for X, Y, or Z. So you may have, again, a large purchase, balance transfer. Maybe you have higher income now. So because you're making more money at your job, you've got a promotion, you have a higher spend and you want to put it on your American Express card because you want to reap the benefits of the rewards. It could be as simple as that, plain and simple. And your request may get approved because of this, because you're saying I make more money. I want to get more value from my American Express card. Is there a way that I can please get this? And you could even bring up the frequency of payment. That's another thing. Let them know, hey, if you look at my history, I'm spending, and I constantly have to pay this card off multiple times throughout the month because my limit is so low. Is there any way that we can just increase this? I'm going to be spending more money since I just got a promotion at my job. And I want to make sure that I'm able to get all the benefits of my American Express card. I want to, maximize my points. And I'm going to be using this primarily for all of my transactions. There really is no reason why they would, if your creditworthiness is not in question, if nothing else is going on, there should be no reason why they wouldn't want to approve you so you can actually spend more money with them. Banks make money from interchange fees. So I couldn't really think of any good reason why they would not want to, unless there was something wrong with, the way your account was treated, unless they felt like it was abusiveness in some sort of way, or unless maybe something was not paid on time or you received a late fee, something like that. Then maybe not. But as long as we're using this responsibly, frequently, and paying it back on time, if you plead this case, I honestly could not see why they would say no. Now, I do want you to keep something else in mind. If you are requesting more than $25,000, American Express may send you a 4506T form. They're going to be checking the amount of money that you actually make per year. So keep that in mind. If you're 3xing your limit, like if you're going from 2,000, I'm going to add 6,000 onto it. And now I'm going to add more. Now once you get to around 25,000, I would consider starting to, slow it down. And when you hit 25,000, you may want to ask for smaller limit increases. But if you do have the income to actually back up what you're saying, then by all means, go ahead and do the limit increase. Now, I wouldn't do triple or 3x that limit. However, I would definitely be looking at maybe doing 5,000, maybe, maybe 2,000, going from there and then seeing what happens. But that's just one warning that I would give you, just one little tidbit. For the most part, as far as I know, American Express does not do hard inquiries for credit limit increases. I have seen, because it's always a place where you can go find information on the internet, I have seen on American Express that they can potentially pull your Experian credit score in order to qualify you for a credit limit increase. So just be warned. If that was to happen to you, I have a video that will show you how to remove hard inquiries. I just want you to be aware that it's a possibility that that's something that could actually happen. Other than that, this is a very simple, straightforward strategy. All you have to do, to summarize everything, if you have the Blue Cash Everyday Card from American Express, from the day that you get it, use it as frequently as possible, make payments as often as possible, no late payments, nothing like that. After 61 days, your 61st day, apply for 3x your limit increase. This is seen from a majority of people from the research that I've done online. I would say it seemed like 80% of people that did this actually were able to triple their limit, as well as myself. I was also able to triple my limit. So I recommend that you do this. I believe this can apply to all cards, but for some reason, I felt like what stood out is that the Blue Cash Everyday Card just seemed to it seemed to get this a lot more. The reason why I think is because it starts off with a smaller limit. So then if you use it frequently and show that you're responsible with it, they're willing to bump that up fairly quickly. And then you can actually get a way higher limit with this card, which is great because if you apply for other cards, they're known to, this is what an executive at FICO stated, they are very, very known to give you similar limits to other personal credit cards that you have based off of other cards. So if you have a high limit with this card, it will greatly increase the chance that you can get a high limit with another card. So there really isn't any downside to it. It doesn't hurt you to just go ahead and try. And then again, after that initial 61-day increase, 91 days, keep the same habits. And then from there, request that triple increase up to 25,000. And then from there, just make sure that you have the proof of income if they do have you fill out this form in order to make sure that you're making the stated annual income that you put on the credit line increase application. So with that said, very short video, straight to the point. Thank you guys for watching. If you use this method or you have had this type of increase with American Express, please drop that in the comments. I like to make sure that there's conversations going because this information can be useful to someone else. Of course, if things change, we also want to know that too. Is it harder for you to get a credit limit increase? Are you using this product? Is it a different AMEX product? All this information is good. Love to share. I'll see you in the comments. You guys have a wonderful day.